Okay.
Go ahead, Greg.
Okay,
Thank you.
guys. Okay, so thank you, Peter. What Peter said, what Peter presented, is basically what we are trying to do in the corporate university. So we are trying to have some more informative information. It's like a seminar. More information, more technical information, more concrete information. Nothing marketing-wise, but more concrete information about technical stuff, about how we're working, the behind-the-scenes stuff, what's going on with Miningcity. But this time it's going to be a bit different because, for all intents and purposes, this is my first, our first corporate university with Philippines. And I also think that this is a chance for me, for all of us, to introduce ourselves to the Filipino community. And I need to take this opportunity. So now I will talk a bit about the history of Miningcity, about the future of Miningcity, about what Miningcity is planning to do right now, and also about myself. So let's start, if you will. First of all, I am very sorry that I'm not doing this in person. As Peter said, we used to travel the world. Last year, it was, I think, up to March of this year, we were constantly traveling. We're constantly meeting people. We're constantly having meetings with new leaders, with new members. But the coronavirus stopped it all. So I apologize because we're doing this on Zoom. Now, Miningcity. How did we actually start? Miningcity is less than 2 years old. We actually started Miningcity. We launched it in January of 2019. So a year and a half ago, just over a year and a half ago. And we are now over $1.1 billion in sales globally, gross sales. So this is a huge, huge growth for a company that is that young. But how did we actually come about? What precipitated the birth of Miningcity? How it happened? So let us go back even before 2019. In 2018, there was only a company called Minebest, which Peter represents, and Minebest was a company that was offering cloud mining packages. So something very similar to what we are offering now as Miningcity. In a traditional sales format, in a traditional way, we were selling it. And I was employed at Miningcity. Eyal used to be my boss. I was employed in a capacity of VP for marketing. And there was one very unusual thing about Minebest from the very start. It was the only company in the world that was actually mining Bitcoin profitably, while Bitcoin was at an all-time low of $3,500. Not an all-time low, but at a slump after the all-time high of $3,500. It was very unusual because at that time, and I'm talking about October 2018, it was very unusual because you see, everyone thought that mining was dead. It's like, you can't do mining. Mining is just pointless because the electricity is so expensive, the maintenance is so expensive, and the price of Bitcoin is just so low. So it was a very bearish moment for the industry. And Eyal and Minebest, they had a system which comprised of two most important things: low maintenance cost and low electricity cost. Now, low electricity cost is something that you have to negotiate, and obviously Eyal had that negotiated in Kazakhstan. That was where the Minebest farms were situated. But the low maintenance cost, well, that comes only to the invention and pure engineering genius of Eyal. He actually devised a system that would prolong the life of a miner, that would lower the maintenance cost, lower the need for maintenance as well. Thus, he was making a profit on mining. And we were trying to sell standard mining packages in a standard marketing way, just like selling it over the internet, Genesis mining style, something like that. And we went to South Korea, with a presentation about Minebest, about mining packages, and about this way of mining that we call smart mining process. And can you hear me? Because I can see that someone says no audio, but I hope that you can hear me. I'm sorry. Okay. So we visited Korea. We went to Seoul. We went to this presentation, and uh, it met with a lot of interest, a lot of incredulity, because people were coming to us and saying, "Well, how is it actually possible that you are making money while no one else is making money mining? You seem to be the only company that is doing that." And one of the people who approached us was Mr. Hanil Park. And I think you may know Mr. Hanil Park. If you open up the Miningcity website, there's a movie playing in the background. The first person you see is that huge Korean guy, like with a big smile. This is Mr. Hanil Park. He represented a company called IDAM. And he came up to us and he said, quite frankly, he said, "This is very interesting. You have a great proposition for us. But if you can prove that what you're doing is really successful and what you're doing is efficient and you're mining Bitcoin profitably, I will buy from you those mining packages in bulk. I'm willing to bring in about $5 million per month if if you can prove that you're actually mining. But there's only one thing that you have to do. You have to devise a network marketing system, and we have to sell it in a network marketing algorithm." And to be honest, and this is something that people have always held against us, we did not come from network marketing. I have a lot of experience in marketing. If you find me on my LinkedIn page, you can see I used to work for marketing for gaming companies, for technology companies, Bitcoin companies as well, but not network marketing. So we sat down with AI and we devised a very special plan for network marketing sales of hash rate, of mining plans, of computing power. It was very, very difficult to do for us because obviously, as I said, no previous experience. But also we approached it from a different angle than other companies. And this is something that is quite unique to Miningcity. You see what we did. We just tried to separate the company into two. We created Miningcity, and Miningcity gives you website, network marketing technology, legal protection, and Minebest is still continuing to do what it does best. Minebest is providing the product, the technical solutions, the IT solutions, and the IT security as well. This is quite important because when we started looking at the market, we found out that as a new company, we are going to be in a very undefined environment. That means that we will have a lot of problem with building trust. So what we devised was, first thing that we devised was absolute transparency. So people, will have to know us. They will have to know our faces. They will obviously have to know how the company works. We are the first company to actually invite people to our farms and present them with our farms, like show them the farms, show them the growth, open up the documentation as much as it's possible, because you must remember that many of these documents are actually agreements with third parties. So we were opening up those documents as well, and that was one part of it. But the second part was that we needed validation from third-party companies, and this is why we separated Miningcity from Minebest. So Minebest actually goes out to all the trade fairs, and this is what Peter is doing, all the trade fairs, all the conferences, all the trade shows, and they are presenting the product, they are presenting the farms, they are validating our product through third parties. For example, last year in November, I believe, Minebest was voted one of top 10 mining farms in the world during an event in Frankfurt in Germany. So as you can see, this is something that also gives another credibility to what we do. So this is what we decided on. I became the CEO of Miningcity. I suppose because it's marketing and I was responsible for marketing, and we signed a huge agency agreement with Minebest. So this is something that actually connects us, and this is something that makes us the two companies that are inseparable in our endeavors. And we started in January of 2019. And we started as a Bitcoin mining company, and Peter told you all about Bitcoin mining company. And as I said, we started with very low experience in network marketing. So here we got really lucky because, as you know, in network marketing, it's all about connections, it's all about personal connections, it's all about the leaders. And we were very lucky to meet incredible leaders. I mean, starting with Mr. Park in Korea, we met leaders in Japan, in Africa, of Hannah, in Latin America, of Jose, in Philippines. It continues up to this day in Philippines, here where Tony is actually, you know, one of the great leaders for Miningcity. And these leaders, they actually helped us to develop as a network marketing company. They guided us, they advised us, they actually, you know, they watched us grow, and they helped us growing, and they became a part of more than just, you know, more than friends. It's almost like it's actually a family now. With every new member, you know, the family is growing, the company is growing, and the success of the company, just in sales alone, you know, it shows you how good approach it was. But as I said, we started as a Bitcoin mining company, and at a certain point we saw ourselves that Bitcoin cannot be mined profitably. About May last year, 18 million Bitcoin was mined, and there was only 3 million Bitcoin left, and we had this growing community of people, and this growing community of people actually demanded, you know, more mining rewards. And to be honest, every single miner in the world was scrambling for that 3 million Bitcoin. So after a lot of consulting with the leaders, as I said, the leaders are a very important part of what we do. The community is important part of what we do. We decided to back Bitcoin Vault. And we were very happy with this decision. But when we started doing that, you know, we came very clear. We came with a very clear message to our members. What we said is, this is a project that has never been done before. We are going to back a coin. It's going to use the very same algorithm as Bitcoin. It's going to use the very same machines as Bitcoin. It's going to actually mimic Bitcoin in all possible areas, except it's going to add more features that will make it a better Bitcoin. But there is one feature that no other coin has and no other project has, and this is the most important thing. It's the community. You see, when Bitcoin was launched back in 2008, after 12 months, there was only 475 wallets of Bitcoin, and you couldn't buy anything. Well, the official number of wallets for Bitcoin Vault is about 12,000 right now. But you must remember that one of those wallets is the Miningcity mining wallet, which is divided into all our members, which is about 500,000 accounts. Just imagine that. A coin that came about 6 months before is now held by over 500,000 people, or 500,000 accounts or wallets at least. You know, but that means that the proliferation of Bitcoin Vault and its distribution is much more fair than Bitcoin itself. It is an amazing coin because it not only continues to grow in value due to the number of people who are using it, but also it is much better distributed, which means that it reflects better what the market actually wants to do or what the people want to do. So when we started mining Bitcoin Vault, it was the 16th of December 2019, and the first successful wallet integration was the first quarter of 2020, and the coin was launched on the exchanges in the second quarters of 2020, and we are adding more and more exchanges every day. And coronavirus also proved to be a big kick for Bitcoin Vault, because while the trust in the traditional financial institution is waning, people are more interested in alternative ways of keeping money or storing value. And this is where cryptocurrencies come in. And this is where Bitcoin Vault comes in, because this is the safest way to store value now. And we still have a lot of things and a lot of plans for the future for Bitcoin Vault development. So when we started, Anyway, when we started in December, I think the price of the coin was about $2 when we started. It is $390 today. Oh, it was yesterday. It's fluctuating a bit, but they're around. Can you imagine this incredible growth? This is a coin whose hash rate is second only to Bitcoin. It's one of the top 10 coins. And our future is now interlocked with Bitcoin Vault. And everything we do now is we are trying to support Bitcoin Vault, and we are trying to bring the value up. Now let me tell you about how we are going to do that and what is the future. What is the future for Bitcoin Vault? Like the closest future. You know, to be honest, the current value of Bitcoin Vault, we did not predict it going up that fast. This is actually a combination of increased interest from the markets for the new coin, and this is also the combination of new territories being opened up, like Philippines, new communities, and more people coming in. You know, more people actually turning, more people talking about it. They're spreading the news, and this is what brings the value up. But we are now, what we are doing is we're not just taking it in our stride. We're not just very happy. Obviously, we are very happy, but we're not just very happy that the coin is valued at so much, and now we don't have to do anything. No, this is the moment to work very hard, and this is the moment to actually plan ahead and change the paradigm of what we are doing. You know, with the intense growth of Bitcoin Vault, we can see this coin going somewhere totally stellar. We would like, or you know, we talked about it with Eyal, and this is incredible because this is actually his lifelong dream. We want to make Bitcoin Vault the greatest coin possible. We want it to be second only to Bitcoin, and we want it to be a viable alternative for storage of value and viable alternative for all crypto transactions. And I think we can do it with the features of Bitcoin Vault. And I will tell you how we are going to achieve that. First of all, as you probably noticed, we are not opening all the features of Bitcoin Vault at once, because that would be very silly, because we want to come to grow in value. That means we need to present new things to the coin. We need to have it live. We need it to be a living organism, constantly evolving. And in order to do that, what we did is we sort of divided the life cycle of Bitcoin Vault into parts, and we are gradually, step by step, introducing these parts. So first, there was Bitcoin Vault. We started mining. Second, there was the wallet. The wallets are now available for all the PCs. They're available for Android. Soon they will be also available on iOS. And you will soon be able to download, to cold storage your Bitcoin Vault on Ledger. And it is very important because the coin will soon have a new feature. We've already presented the videos about that, and the feature is the free key structure of security. That means that, you know, that with Bitcoin, with the regular Bitcoin, equivalent of billions of dollars in crypto have been lost due to false transactions, to theft, to erroneous transactions, to mistakes. I mean, I don't know if you have ever tried to transfer Bitcoin when you're drunk. I did. Do not do it. It's bad. I managed to retrieve mine. Not very proud about of this incident, but it happened, and it only demonstrated to me the value of something like the security key for Bitcoin Vault. So what happens is, if you make a transaction with Bitcoin Vault, which is erroneous, or someone stole your key and simply stole the money from your wallet, you have 24 hours to retrieve the transaction using a cancel transaction key. This is a feature that is very unique for a coin in any market. It's a unique feature for a coin in the digital currency industry. Why? Oh, hi. Why? You know, this is going to be quite incredible because as Bitcoin Vault is a proof of work coin, it's a proof of work Genesis coin. So it's mined on the very same machines as Bitcoin. There's also a limited supply. There's 21 million coins. There's also the very same transaction mode with 24-hour retrieve cancellation key. That means we're also adding this new paradigm of proof of stake. It's a value holder. The more people have Bitcoin Vault, the more people keep it, the more it grows in value. But obviously, that's not all. That's not all. We want this coin to be tradable. There are already companies. There are companies that will actually sell you a house or a car or a boat or any luxury stuff for Bitcoin Vault. And we are going to expand that. We are talking to companies who are going to sell you small things for Bitcoin Vault, like telephones, computers, whatever you want. And we are talking to those online companies, and we want Bitcoin Vault to be tradable and to be usable every day. So you can actually have a valid alternative to any other currency. And we will introduce that as well. And with every introduction of a new step along the way, Bitcoin Vault is going to grow in value. And this is most important for you and for us as a company, because as a company, we are being paid in Bitcoin Vault right now. So we can't have this coin falling on its face. We have to have it growing, and we have to have a full success. And there is also another very important step to that success, and that means full legal compliance. This is something that is very important for us. As you know, what we are doing is not really quite regulated in all the countries in the world. It's a network marketing company that is actually selling hash power. And that hash power is being used to, computing power is being used to mine cryptocurrencies. This falls very short of the regulations, legal regulations in many countries fall short of this definition. So what we want to do, and what is our priority at Miningcity and at Minebus right now, is to have full legal compliance. And we are seeking, in order to comply, we are seeking advice also from Tony here in the Philippines. We are seeking advice from United States, because what we want is to be fully compliant, especially with SEC. We need that, because once it actually happens, once we get a full license, once we get a full legal backing of a government who's saying that what we are doing is legally backed by the laws they represent, we have a better chance of mainstreaming Bitcoin Vault. You see what we are talking about? We want to legitimize the coin in many ways as it is possible. So our main effort right now is to have full compliance. And Tony, your great leader, actually asked me, what are we doing in terms of obtaining the Philippine license? I can't tell you. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you at this moment. Not because I don't know, but because these things are now falling under the NDAs, under the legal privilege of legal departments, and I do not want to meddle in their work. But I just want to assure you that this is very important for us, because once we actually provide this documentation to the world, we can spread the coin even wider. And then there is no ceiling for the value of the coin, really, because it can challenge Bitcoin right now. I promise you that. That is actually something I strongly believe in. It can challenge Bitcoin. But there's also another thing. The third-party reporting, the third-party valuation. And I'm happy to say that within 2 months, we are going to be reported, and we're going to be reporting to CoinMarketCap. We estimate that right now, if we were reporting today, that would put us on top 10 coins in the world. And I believe that once we actually start reporting with them, this will also bring additional value to the coin. So as I say, steps. Every step, jump in value. Every step, more interest. Every step, more people joining in. This is our plan for the future. This is our plan for Bitcoin Vault, and this is our plan on how to bring more value to you. But as Miningcity, what are we doing? What else are we doing? I mean, Bitcoin Vault, it's just like, the product, this is one product, right? Do we have something else? Well, we do. We are working on very many different things. We're also working on the new website and the new mobile app. It's the Miningcity 2.0, and that should be around in 2 months as well. So don't hold my word for this, because this is subject to a lot of stringent testing on the IT department. But this is coming, and this is something we really want to present to you, especially the mobile app, which will allow you to interact with Miningcity in a brand new way, much better than anything else and anything you've seen before. And we are very excited to see that. And there's also a project that we are actually developing very rapidly. It's being tested right now, and those are the debit cards, the Miningcity debit cards, which allow you to purchase goods online and in retail, goods and services directly for crypto. And it's a project done jointly with Visa. So we're already testing these cards all around the world, and the tests are now proving to work great. And I'm sure that we will be actually presenting this product to you very soon, to you as a community. I am looking at the chat right now, so I can see some questions, and I would like to actually address some of those questions. Why do you think some Bitcoin mining companies shut down 2 years ago, like Genesis Mining? Genesis Mining is actually a case study for us, for Miningcity. Genesis Mining and the problems with SEC is the reason why we actually blocked USA. We were very unsure of what, SEC had huge problems with Genesis Mining. They actually had a court case, a very huge court case. Genesis Mining won that case ultimately, but it led to a precedent in the United States of cryptocurrency being viewed as commodity. So they are now working on ways of taxation. And I think that Genesis Mining had no choice but actually to close it down because of the legal battle with SEC. We looked at that, and we saw that like what we are doing is quite similar to Genesis Mining, so we would rather not cross SEC right now. As I said, we have lawyers in New York and in Miami simultaneously working on ways to comply with SEC. This is quite important for us. So I hope that answers your question. Also with Bitcoin right now, there seems to be this, as you know, for months now, Bitcoin has been trading sideways. I mean, there was a little growth after the halving, but nothing like what we expected, or nothing like the world expected. People are holding Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is trading sideways. But for most companies who are mining Bitcoin, actually mining is unprofitable. So this proves to be very good for us, because what happens for us is that we can buy computing powers from those farms which mine Bitcoin are profitably, and we can switch it over to Bitcoin Vault, and we can use it to the advantage of our clients, which we have to do because of the growth we're experiencing. And that is actually what is happening on the Bitcoin market. But this is just like something I have in the back of my head. I'm not sure if this is it, but it seems like people are just trying to hold on. What is going to happen? Is Bitcoin going to grow? It's going to be all-time high? Or is mining going to be profitable? I can see that no one is switching off their machines, and Bitcoin hash rate is an all-time high. But at the same time, it's not profitable for these people. So Bitcoin is being overmined right now. This is something that Miningcity would like to omit. We would like to prevent that happening with Bitcoin Vault. This is why we actually have the World Digital Mining Organization standards applied to Bitcoin Vault, and this is something totally separate. It actually prevents overmining and mining attacks and hash rate attacks on the network. It simply benefits our members. So I can see, let me just see if I can see some questions here, because is marketing positioning part of Blue Ocean strategy? I have no idea what is Blue Ocean strategy. Okay. I have no idea what is the Blue Ocean strategy, to be honest. The market positioning of Bitcoin Vault is a very difficult thing for us, because we want this coin to be very mainstream. We want this coin to be used by everyone in the world. We want it to be a viable solution for everyone who wants to trade safely in the crypto market. The crypto market is unregulated. and see what happens with Bitcoin. Less than 1% of wallets hold over 68% of the coin. That means that the market is totally regulated by people who own the whales. So we want to prevent there being whales for Bitcoin Vault. We want it to be steady. We want it to be calm. We want it to be safe. We wanted to bring more people actually to the crypto market. Like Miningcity actually brought more people to crypto mining altogether. When we had this night discussion with Eyal, that fateful night in October of 2018, after we spoke with Mr. Park, and he actually asked me a very, very, very serious question. He said, well, would you be able to sell as many mining plans in a traditional marketing way than in network marketing? And I said, no. No, because mining crypto is a new thing. It brings in new people to the industry, new people from around the world. You have to explain a very complicated process to people who may have not heard about it before. And that means education. And education is incredibly expensive. In a traditional marketing way, there is no possibility of educating as many people as we have through network marketing, because network marketing is a personal connection. You go to a person, you talk to them, you explain to them what is happening, you teach them, and they actually, when they understand, when they are comfortable with it, they join. Okay. I got like Q&A, so I will answer some questions. Is Bitcoin Vault a fork of Bitcoin? It is not a fork of Bitcoin. It is a Genesis coin. It is a brand new coin. It's not a fork of Bitcoin. What happened to BitConnect way back in 2018? No idea. We were not a part of it. What is the market cap again? Sorry, I missed that part. It's over $2 billion. Over 6 million coins in circulation, over $2 billion. Please go to Bitcoin Vault Explorer. There's a Bitcoin Vault or Bitcoin Vault global site. If you just Google Bitcoin Vault Explorer, it's going to take you to all the information relevant about Bitcoin Vault. MC is being okay. Why mining unable to open in Spain? Is there any problem with the government? There isn't a problem with the government in Spain, but there is a problem with a hacker. There was a man in Spain who opened a website called Miningcity.es, and it's nothing to do with us, and he used our information to actually extort people for money. And as you may have noticed, this has started to happen very often recently. We have been targeted, well, as a successful company, our members have been targeted by fraudulent people, by scammers, by thieves, and we are issuing constant warnings against it. And this is what happened in Spain. In Spain, this person opened a website, and we got contacted by the Spanish financial authorities, and they actually said that they thought that we were the owner of the website, obviously, because it was called Miningcity, yes. And we had an exchange of memos, and we decided to work together to close the guy down. For the moment, they asked us officially to block the access from Spain, so they can actually differentiate the people who are coming into the website. And I think it's going to be resolved within a month or so. It's a nuisance, I think, but as I said, we want to be compliant, so we are working together with the authorities against the scammers right now. So this is the answer. Nobody wants to be hacked. At the moment, it's still developing a stronger security system. Yes, we are. Is there a mention of protection on 51%? You see, website and mining is very well protected. The hacking attacks actually, they involve our personal social accounts that have not been hacked, but they are being imitated. People just take like pictures from Miningcity or Miningcity CEO Instagram. They create false Instagram pages. We are taking down about 8 fraudulent social media accounts every week. There is a team of 12 people working just on that. They're also working with the Spanish authorities to close down the Miningcity, yes, and to close down any website that is not compliant with legal requirements of a given country. It's so similar. Are you going to have the official office of Miningcity in the Philippines? I don't know. This is something for the future. You see, we should go there. We should actually come to Philippines. We should meet in person, talk about it. Right now, the official offices of Miningcity in Poland are open. If you can travel, and most of us can't travel anywhere. I mean, we can travel around the European Union, which is like, but we can't travel anywhere abroad without having 14 days of quarantine. So that would be a huge waste of time. 14 days being locked away. So if anyone is able to travel, we happily invite them to our offices. We had some guests from Philippines in our offices just 2 weeks ago. But that was actually the first day we opened our offices for visitation. So they saw the Miningcity offices, they saw the Minebest offices, which are on a different floor of the very same building, and as far as the new offices will be opening the new offices. As far as new offices and new locations, we want to have the travel ban lifted. We want to have the open borders, and then we can actually decide upon that. There's a company like us, crypto mining, and suddenly it disappeared. How can we ensure that it doesn't happen to Miningcity? Christ. I think that compliance and licensing will be something that will set your mind at rest once it's in place. But there is no amount of legal documentation that can actually keep you safe. This is why we advocate for payments every day, so people can take them out, they can store them outside, they can take them to an outside wallet. This is to ensure security of your mining rewards. But I think that the only thing here that could actually ensure you better is the licensing and the compliance that we are implementing right now. Do we consider having a representative in every country, like every other network company? We see our leaders as being representatives. In time we may do it. It's a question of whether it's viable financially. You must understand that we are a very young company, and although we actually achieved over $1 billion in sales, 64% of that, so $640 million, is spent on infrastructure. This is what Minebest spends on mining machines, on mining, power, maintenance, hosting. It's an incredible amount of money. No other company, no other MLM company actually dealing with mining ever did that. No one ever put that much money outside to improve the product. For us, it is a very long-term business, because personally and as a company, we did not make as much money as you would hope we would. We're not buying ourselves private jets. The offices are actually the biggest extravagance we've splashed on, and that's because we needed the representative offices. We needed a place to welcome people. We needed the people to see that it's a serious company, and it's doing okay, and it's operating at the broad daylight. Everyone can see it. Everyone can go into the offices. Everyone can say hi. It's nothing secretive. It's not just like three guys working in a bunker somewhere. But it was an extravagance, to be honest, for a company with our type of expenditure for infrastructure, for maintenance, for power, for machines, for computing. It was, and we know the reason for that. So opening in every other country, maybe in the future, just in case Miningcity will shut down and we will not finish our contract, how will we retrieve our funds? We did not, Miningcity system to shut down. You please retrieve your funds every day. And if you feel any way threatened by the system, please retrieve it every day. if it shuts down, I suppose the world will shut down. The mining farms are there. They are ours. We own them. It's not going to shut down because, like, even if you shut down this company for whatever reason, you still are left with those mining farms. These farms have to farm something. It's not going to shut down. It's not a scenario that we are looking at. We could be looking at a very at a very improbable scenario of a natural disaster shutting down the system. What we are doing every day as a company also is we are trying to prevent people from overmining. We are monitoring sales very closely. We are monitoring sales very closely so that we can have the balance between what we can provide physically and what we can sell. If you came to us today with $2 billion in one day, I would actually have to say no. I would actually have to refuse that sale because that would seriously threaten the balance of what we can produce against what we can sell. It's like in a banking system. You can't borrow more than you can. You can't borrow more than you can lend to other people. You have to keep the balance on the books. Philippine, just a hint of the status of the negotiations. As I said, the negotiations of the legal thing. It's in the hands of the legal guys. It's Tony's guy is talking to our legal guy right now. But also please remember, we are also talking with United States, and if SEC can provide us with a compliance sooner, we are going to go with SEC. You should be happy with that as well. Do you advise to a gold wallet account for Miningcity? Is it okay to keep it? It's okay to keep the money in your Miningcity account. It's okay. It's safe. Nothing is going to happen to them. But you know what? I say use the gold wallet. It's a new safe way of storing your Bitcoin vault, and we actually advocate cold storing it. It's we want this app to be used. We want coins to be stored as well, because stored means also growth in value. So please, I think it's possible to withdraw BTCV from Miningcity wallet directly to CoinHeal. Yes, it is. It's absolutely possible to withdraw BTCV from Miningcity wallet to CoinHeal. Hold on. Consider having a representative in account. I'm just trying to see if I answered all the questions. What if the price of Bitcoin Vault raises to $9,000, already same as Bitcoin? How can the company protect the value since you have distributed the coins in the market from network marketing? It is a very good question. This is what we are talking about. Because we have distributed it through network marketing, we need the compliance so that no one can say that this was distributed in a shady way. Fortunately, we are still a long way away from $9,000 in value. But by our estimates, we can get there in about 4 years. If we get there in 4 years' time, that 4 years we have to be fully legal compliant with full. I'm sorry, lost the word here. I'm Polish. It's not my first language. I'm sorry. With full licensing. And that licensing will actually ensure that we can go out to the world and say, this is we can keep this is okay. So it's network marketing, but this is actually the way that we built up the value. We can show the process. We can show the books as well. This is something we're also working on. So we can show the process. We can present the books, and we can present our marketing strategy. And then, as far as whether it's a network marketing backed coin or not, doesn't matter. As soon as it has legal compliance with government authorities, tough thing. The rest of it is just marketing and PR. We have an official office of Miningcity that now wants to be hacked. At the moment, it's. Okay, and losing BTCV, right? Okay, someone also asked about this. Is a question from Angel Hernandez. Nobody wants to be hacked at the moment. MC is still developing stronger security system, and we are going to introduce the 3-key security structure very soon. And then, even if you get hacked personally, Miningcity is not going to get hacked. It actually has a very, very secure. I mean, you can never say never because hackers are very shifty, but. but once we have the free key security structure, it doesn't even matter because you can withdraw your funds within 24 hours. I strongly suggest, look at your funds, check where they are, withdraw them to the gold wallet if you want. Put the coin into motion. That actually also helps its growth. Okay, guys, I think. Okay, why are the words? Is it possible to raise the value of Bitcoin Vault as same as BTC in the future? It is absolutely possible, and this is what we are working for. A certificate is a proof that we are part of investor. Well, actually, you're not investing. What you are doing is buying computing power, and daily rewards actually certify to that. But we are looking also at another structure of providing you with some additional documentation, except for legal documentation, which is sent to you via email. And to be honest, this documentation is very important. Because legal documents in European Union, which is where we are situated, are legal documentation in European Union where we are situated are valid in court of law. So this is so all emails and all electronic documentation is valid. Why does the BTC rewards decreasing significantly every day? Why do you think? It decreases because we are growing in numbers, and the more people mine, and more people mine every day, the bigger the hash rate, the bigger the difficulty of a network, the mining rewards fall down. More people are fighting, more people are getting the amount of pie. So how are you offsetting the situation? We're offsetting the situation by growth of value of the coin. And if you can see, the growth of value actually offsets any problems with decrease of mining rewards. This is something that happens with every mining situation. It is not unique to Bitcoin Vault. It's happening with Bitcoin. It's happening with every other proof of work coin. It is normal. Why I'm not registered? Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to get through the questions. When can you buy plans without? When can we buy plans without getting a lot of charges in wallets and exchanges? Very soon. Actually, we are working on a system that will allow you to purchase Bitcoin Vault mining plans, or actually any mining plans. Or any mining plans in. I'm sorry. Did you just see my mom in the mirror? I'm just very sorry. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. I apologize for hardly. Okay. Back to the questions. Can you buy plans without getting through a lot of exchanges and wallet and exchanges? Yes, we are working on a system that will allow you to buy BTCV mining plans and BTC mining plans via credit card. It's a very new project. We're just starting it. We don't know when it's going to happen, but we are looking into this. This would actually greatly improve your security, our security. It would actually mean that we'd have to do the KYC probably, but I think that as long as it means more security for you and more convenience for you, that would be fine. Is Eyal Satoshi Nakamoto? No, Eyal is not Satoshi Nakamoto, although sometimes I'm thinking, what? Maybe. Why are we not registered on SEC? We're not registered on SEC because we are not an investment company. What we sell is computing power. The wording here is very, very, very important. We are selling computing power. We are not an investment company, so this is why we're not registered on SEC. But we want to comply with the SEC, so we are talking to them. If the hash power is increased, do we have to pay for that? No. I don't know. Why is the highest package only $12,600? Is there a possibility to have a VIP package or more than $12,600? Well, you know what? The most expensive package up to about 3 months ago was only $3,000. We only increased that on the request of Japanese community who wanted to have more. And if you have requests and you want it to be more, please forward it to us. I'm sure we can increase. I'm sure we can have a bigger package. Why not? Is so slow this time because of halving. Mining a big. Do you think it's a good time to invest in mining this time? It's a good time to invest in mining of Bitcoin Vault, not necessarily mining of Bitcoin, to be honest. But Bitcoin is also always going to be a gold standard. I think it's going to be very wise for people to hold to at least one Bitcoin coin. In 10 years' time, it could be worth a lot of money. Why did the mining plans lower, for example, the lowest plan? This was actually the lower mining plans. This was done on the request of leaders from Africa and Latin America. These are the plans that allow them to increase the number of members, introduce more people to Miningcity. These are the low-income communities, and these plans actually work for them. When can the BTCV be listed on Binance? I can't tell you that because I cannot tell you that. Actually, I cannot comment on any new exchanges coming because we are bound by NDA agreements with them. If we break the NDA agreements, if we break the provision of those agreements, they can actually single-sidedly withdraw from any negotiations with us. So yeah, can we request a lower package of, say, $150? We were actually thinking about even lower packages, but the problem is that the lower packages are not, with the increased difficulty of mining, the lower price packages are not viable in terms of mining rewards. So I don't think we're going to go lower, but this is why do platinum plants only have a hash rate bonus? Duh, because the platinum, you pay a lot of money. It's a money good. We actually want people to buy, the platinum plants because with platinum plants you can get the full access to all the rewards possible from the binary system. So that's what. If someone purchases a platinum and purchases its daily earnings, does this increase to? Yes. The power also increases. If anyone purchases a platinum plan, it also increases. Okay, guys, I'm getting this notification that this is getting on very long, so I'm not doing the Q&A session right now. I wanted to say just a few more things apart from the question. The quota of members for Miningcity, so that yes, we do. Okay, guys, I just wanted to say this really important thing. This is like the first university. It's a bit hectic. I started to do the Q&A session instead of doing it at the end. Maybe Emacs can actually do the Q&A after that as well. But I wanted to say a few things before I introduce Emmanuel. As I said before, it is very important for us and for me personally and for Miningcity as a company that our members are well educated in what is happening. So all your questions here are very valid, and I'm happy that you're asking them. It's important to ask questions. It's important to be educated in this market because it's not a simple market. It is a complicated thing. The mining rewards, there's hash rate, there's increased difficulty, there's the influence of the amount of mining on the value of the coin, the tradability of the coin. There's a lot of things to consider here. And I am very happy that you have leaders who are willing to educate you. Please educate yourself. Please be very comfortable with what you're doing, what you're purchasing, what you are actually getting into. I hope that you will be happy with what we are doing here. And I can only promise that we are going to do all in our power to provide you with the best of mining rewards, with the safest of experiences, and with a real family you can have here, you can always talk to, and you can always turn to in case you have any questions or any doubts. Thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry that it was so long. I'm sorry for doing the Q&A right in the middle, but I thought that some of your questions were, pretty on the point and they were valid. I'm going to turn you over to Emmanuel, who's going to talk more about our structure, about our binary system. And maybe he will also do a Q&A after that, if he still has time, because this has been going along. Emmanuel, it's over to you, bro. Emmanuel is Emmanuel is really very knowledgeable about network marketing. He's very knowledgeable about the cryptocurrency market. He's an incredible guy, and he has a lot of, really great things to tell you. I just wanted to say thank you, Tony, for organizing this. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us. I am actually being chased horribly by other stuff here, so I am going to turn off right now. But thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you all soon, face to face. Bye.
Hi, Greg. Thank you, Dirk.